Directors are not liable for the losses of the company. Which of the following statement is true? Our objective is not that suppose C is the answer. C. वैसे नहीं पढ़ना है, एक एक ऑप्शन. By doing one question, we want to do 10 questions. So when we solve 25 questions, we have solved 250 questions. That way. That is the purpose. Directors are employee of the company. Suppose you are doing service in my organization, Preetam. Priyajit, you are doing service job in my organization. So if Saraf Academy will suffer losses, problems, you will pay from your pocket. The directors of a company are the employees. They are managing the business because they have been appointed as a directors by the shareholders. Shareholders are the owners. The directors are appointed by the shareholders to run the business. The directors are employees. Employees will never be responsible for the business liability. Not because directors have a limited liability. You are doing wrong. Directors are employees. And employees, if it is a sole proprietorship business, suppose my business is Prakash Saraf business. My employees are coming in my office. They are not liable for Prakash Saraf business losses. Why they will be liable? So directors of a company are employees. The employees are never liable for the losses of a business because they are not the owner of the business. A sole trader business is owned by shareholders and operated by the proprietor. Is this wrong or right? A sole trader business is owned by the shareholders and operated by the proprietor. A sole trader business is owned. Now everybody need to communicate in the class. If everybody will be sitting silent, I will be start saying, now Columbus, you will say, unmute yourself, you say. Point number B is wrong or right?
It is wrong.
Why wrong?
So the proprietor and the proprietorship business are the same.
No. You need to say that, sir. In a sole trader business, there is no shareholder. Shareholders are there in a company. In a sole trader, there is only sole person. Maybe employees are there, but the sole trader himself is the owner. In a partnership, partners are the owners. In a sole trader business, how come the shareholders come? In a company, the shareholders are there. In a sole trader, there is no shareholder. A sole trader business is owned by proprietor and operated by proprietor. So if I will change just here shareholder, proprietor, story finish. A sole trader business is owned by the proprietor and operated by the proprietor. The shareholder word is wrong because in a proper sole trader there is no shareholder.
Yes, sir.
Then point number C, Amana Afreen. Anama Afreen you will say. Point number C, wrong or right? Why? Anama Afreen, you will say. Point number C, wrong or right? Why? Anama Afreen, you will say. Point number, बोलना पड़ेगा. Otherwise, I will delete you from the class. You have to unmute yourself. You have to communicate in the class. Because now it's your turn. Amana Afreen. Anama Afreen, I am deleting you from the class, removing you. If you don't communicate within 10 seconds. Because sitting idle in the class looking at my face is not allowed. You have to coordinate in the class, communicate in the class, whenever the questions are asked and all that. Ashish Kumar ji, aap boliye. Point number C, wrong or right? Why? आशीष कुमार जी.
Yes, sir.
बोलिए सर, बोलना पड़ेगा. Point number C, partners are liable for losses in partnership in proportion to their profit sharing ratio. Right है कि wrong है?
Sir, right, sir.
Partners are liable for losses in partnership in proportion to their profit sharing ratio.
Yes, sir, right.
और अगर इसको ऐसा बोलते कि पार्टनर्स आर लाइबल फॉर प्रॉफिट इन अ पार्टनरशिप इन प्रपोर्शन टू देयर प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो, तो भी राइट है. जो भी प्रॉफिट, कोई भी बिजनेस में प्रॉफिट लॉस क्या होगा वो तो भगवान जानता है ना. What will, whether it will be a profit, but in a partnership, the profit or losses will be divided between the partners in the profit sharing ratio. तो मेरे को भी सी राइट लग रहा है, लेकिन डी में भी आ जाते हैं. A company is run by directors on behalf of its members. A company is run by directors on behalf of its members. ये राइट है क्या? निशित दास, निशित दास आप बोलेंगे पॉइंट नंबर डी.
Yes, sir, right.
राइट है, तो फिर तो दो दो राइट हो गया. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज टू, एक ही राइट है, तो फिर सी नंबर रॉन्ग था क्या? अ कंपनी इज रन बाय द डायरेक्टर्स ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ इट्स मेंबर्स. शिल्पी सोनोवाल, शिल्पी सोनोवाल, ये लोग दोनों बोल रहे हैं कि सी और डी दोनों राइट है, तो अल्टीमेटली कौन सा राइट है? शिल्पी सोनोवाल, क्या यार क्या करते हैं बेकाम का, क्लास में अटेंड करके कोई फायदा नहीं है.
Sir, yes,
हाँ.
both are correct, but I think C will be the answer.
Why D is not the answer then?
D is also correct, but I'm unsure.
If I will say that in case of D, a company is managed by directors on behalf of its shareholders, क्या ये ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं लगेगा?
Yes, sir.
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि जो रन वर्ड है दैट शुड बी चेंज्ड बाय मैनेज्ड. अ कंपनी इज मैनेज्ड बाय डायरेक्टर्स, बिकॉज उनका काम होता है कंपनी को मैनेज करना, और उनको वो राइट दिया गया है, शेयर होल्डर मेंबर्स ने दिया है. बट फिर भी मैं भी कंफ्यूज, इफ यू आस्क, मेरे को भी मालूम नहीं है सी और डी में कौन सा आंसर है. एक बार सी को फिर से पढ़ते. डी, देन व्हाई सी इज रॉन्ग?
Sir, because is profit sharing ratio mandatory?
Profit sharing ratio, if it is not given, then in that case equally.
Equally, or someone is paying more than another?
नहीं, more than, तो that means the profit sharing ratio has to be there, na? Or do you want to say that partners are liable for profits and losses in partnership in proportion to their profit sharing ratio? पता नहीं, actually maybe partners are going to share. ऐसे ये वर्ड लाइबल भी मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. पार्टनर्स आर लाइबल फॉर लॉसेस इन अ पार्टनरशिप इन प्रपोर्शन टू देयर प्रॉफिट शेयर रेशियो. पार्टनर्स आर लाइबल फॉर लॉसेस इन प्रपोर्शन. आई डोंट नो ऑल्सो, बिकॉज वैसे तो सही दोनों ही है. इफ इन पॉइंट नंबर सी आई चेंज द लैंग्वेज, पार्टनर्स आर लाइबल फॉर लॉसेस, पार्टनर्स आर लाइबल फॉर लॉसेस इन पार्टनरशिप in proportion to their profit sharing ratio. I will go with D. I will not go with C 100%. Now I confirmed. Why I am saying? Now I am telling. The partners are not liable only for the losses. And suppose we are in a partnership. There is a loss. So we all will bear the loss, partnership ratio, profit sharing ratio. But suppose you all are not able to bear the loss. Then whole loss I will bear. Because in the partnership, the partner's liability is unlimited. They are personally liable. Partners are liable for losses in partnership in proportion to their profit sharing ratio. Okay. But if a partner cannot bear the loss, then the other partner need to bear that loss. Because in a sole trader and in a partnership, the partners are individually liable for entire losses of the firm. Because for that reason we say that it is not there is no difference between, what do you say, businessman and business. In case of partnership and sole proprietorship, the ownership differences, the legal differences are not there. So if they will say point number C, they will bear the losses in profit sharing ratio. But if one of the partner or other partners are not able to bear the loss, then the other partner has to bear the entire loss. So point number C is not going in that direction, and D number can be, a company is run or managed by directors on behalf of its members, chalega. So I am also going with D. I am not liking C. Why C not? because we can say that partners are liable in profit sharing ratio, but if one of the partner or other partners are not able to bear the loss, then the other partners need to bear the entire loss, because the partners are individually liable for all the liabilities of the firm. So point number C in that respect is going wrong, but we will check. Whenever we study like a theory subject, जैसे मैंने पहले पढ़ाया बीटी, उसमें भी ऐसा ही होता है कि जब मैं पढ़ाता हूं तब या बाद में जब मैं होमवर्क देता हूं तो स्टूडेंट कुछ पूछता नहीं है, और जब एग्जाम आता है तभी उसको सारा डाउट याद आता है. तो अभी जब पढ़ रहे हैं तो आप साथ में सारा क्वेश्चंस करिए ना. आप क्लास का रिकॉर्डिंग करिए जो मैंने बोला, आप क्वेश्चंस करिए, डाउट अभी अराइज करिए, समझिए, जिससे कि बाद में आपको एग्जाम के टाइम पे यू डोंट फेस एनी प्रॉब्लम. बट इफ यू डोंट स्टडी नाउ एंड यू वांट टू स्टडी एवरीथिंग एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जाम, हाउ मच यू विल स्टडी? द क्वेश्चन इज नॉट दैट आंसर इज सी और डी. The question is that are you thinking 360 degree? So we will check. As per me the answer is D. I am 100% sure, because C is partially wrong, because partners are liable in profit sharing ratio, but if the partner are not able to suffer the loss, not able to bear, then the other remaining partner need to bear the entire loss. इसीलिए profit sharing ratio चलेगा, but फिर भी other partners are individually liable if other partners cannot share the loss in profit sharing ratio. ये rule है. In sole proprietor, in partnership, the sole proprietor and partners are personally liable for entire losses and liabilities of the firm. That way. So we should say partners are liable for all the losses in the partnership if others from their personal assets. That way it should be written. Normally the sharing of profits or losses in a year is profit sharing ratio. But if liability will say, then the liability will come fully, not only the share. Which of the following statement best defines a statement of financial position? Which of the following statement best defines a statement of financial position? I said just now when we discussed here position means balance sheet. Here statement of financial position means balance sheet. So they are talking about balance sheet. Which of the following statement best defines a statement of financial position balance sheet? It is a summary of income and expenditure, that is PL account. It is a summary of cash receipts and payments, that is cash book. It is a summary of assets, liability and equity. Yes, answer C. It is a summary of assets and expense. वो तो कोई नहीं होता. First one is financial performance PL account. Second one is cash flow. Third one is balance sheet. Fourth one is nothing. Even though answer is C, but आपको सब समझ में आना चाहिए. Which of the following statement best defines a statement of profit or loss? Now income statement. Summary of assets and liability, balance sheet, financial position. Summary of cash receipts, payment, cash flow. Summary of assets, liability, equity, balance sheet. It is a summary of income and expenditure for accounting period, that is PL account. Which of the following user groups is likely to require the most detailed financial information? Who will say this answer? Management.
So option A.
Why?
Because management has to be clarified about the goals and all the details about the organization. Here investors are see the numbers, accounting numbers, government agencies see about the taxes and other political employees see about their salary. Management has to control the organization.
So we can say that the most detailed information required by management, you are 100% correct. Investors require information, but profit loss, whether I will get the return or not, government, whether the company is paying proper taxes or not, then sales also, how much economy they are contributing, employees, whether the company's condition is good, they will be getting growth in salary and all that. But management को बेचारा को सब कुछ देखना है. Internal, external, long term, short term, this, that. Management require financial accounting, management accounting both. So management require most detailed financial information for a decision making purpose. Very good. Good. This was a difficult one. You said very well. Which of the following statement are true? Who will say this? निशित जी आप बोलेंगे? निशित जी, will you say? ट्राई करिए. हाँ, क्या है गलत सही? मैं तो ट्राई करने ही बोल रहा हूं. मैं कोई ये थोड़ी ना बोल रहा हूं कोई गलत बोलेगा डंडा मारेंगे. नहीं भाई, नहीं समझ में आया, गलत बोल रहे हैं. क्या है? बोलिए बोलिए. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर ट्रू? Which of the following are true? बोलिए. ए भाई अनम्यूट करो ना यार. बिकॉज अगर ऐसे 1 to ABC बोलना है तो सब बोल के फटाफट खत्म कर देते हैं 5 मिनट पे यार. Which of the following statement are true? Accounting can be described as recording and summarizing of transactions. ये तो फर्स्ट लाइन ही हम लोग आज पढ़े हैं. Accounting is recording and summarizing of the transactions. ये तो उससे पूरा मेल खाता है. Financial accounting describes the production of a statement of financial position and a statement of profit and loss. Financial accounting describes the production. मेरे ख्याल से financial accounting जब हम बोलते हैं, summarizing information is then presented in the form of financial statement. फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग को अगर बोलेंगे समराइजिंग इंफॉर्मेशन, या ऐसा बोल सकते हैं यहां पर प्रोडक्शन ऑफ समराइज्ड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट फॉर एक्सटर्नल यूजर्स. फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग इज प्रोडक्शन ऑफ समराइज्ड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट फॉर एक्सटर्नल यूजर्स. प्रोडक्शन ऑफ समराइज्ड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट फॉर एक्सटर्नल यूजर्स. सो व्हाट कैन यू से? फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट डिस्क्राइब्स द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ अ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन एंड स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस फॉर इंटरनल यूज. यहां तक ठीक चल रहा था, ये सब ठीक है, बस यहीं गड़बड़ हो गया. ओनली दिस लास्ट पार्ट, बिकॉज प्रोडक्शन ऑफ समराइज फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट फॉर एक्सटर्नल यूजर्स. मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग इज फॉर इंटरनल यूजर्स, बट दिस इज फॉर एक्सटर्नल यूजर्स. तो यहीं पर गड़बड़ हो गया. Financial accounting describes the production of a statement of P&L account, balance sheet for external users, not internal. And accounting is recording and summarizing of transactions. So only one is correct. सही था, लेकिन गड़बड़ कहां हुआ? Are you getting now, everybody?
Internal is an external.
Internal मतलब मान लीजिए companies, management, companies, employees and all that. Internal means it is not for the shareholders, for the others. But when we talk of financial statement, that is external, for the shareholders, for the outsiders, for the general public. Any listed company financials you can see on their website, not Saraf Academy. Reliance, ITC, any company you go on their website, all financials are there. But you will not get their management accounting records on their website. वो नहीं मिलेगा सर. Management accounting is internal, but financial accounting is external. What is the main purpose of financial accounting? To record transaction in the books of accounts, to provide management with detailed analysis of cost, to enable preparation of financial statement that provide information about an entity's financial performance and position, to calculate profit or loss for accounting period. What is the main purpose? To record all transaction in the books. वो तो accounting बोलेंगे, not financial accounting. To provide management with detailed analysis of cost, that is management accounting. The point number A is accounting. The point number B is management accounting. बचा C और D. To enable preparation of financial statements that provide information about an entity's financial performance and position. चलेगा. Because even though in the financial statement we say statement of cash flow, statement of equity, वो भी आता है. D is right. डी क्या है? वो तो पार्शियल हुआ ना यार. ये ज्यादा बेटर है. सी ज्यादा बेटर. टू इनेबल प्रिपरेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स. स्टेटमेंट मींस पीएल अकाउंट, बैलेंस शीट, कैश फ्लो, एवरीथिंग. that provides information about entity's performance and position. Entity का performance, PL profit loss, position, balance sheet, asset liability. C सबसे बड़ी है. What is the main purpose of financial accounting? To enable preparation of financial statements that provide information about entities' financial performance and position. This is partial correct and these two are wrong. The first one is accounting. The second one is management accounting. The third one is 360 degree. The fourth one is only financial performance. Because जब हम लोग ये बात कर रहे हैं कि financial accounting, summarized statement. Statement is not only PL. Statement is what? Statement of profit, statement of balance sheet, changes in equity, cash flow, notes to accounts. ये सब statement है. All these are required so that users can take informed decisions. That is the purpose of financial accounting. Which of the following statement does not explain the distinction between financial statement and management accounts? Who will say this? Other than Priyojit and Tushar. इन दोनों को छोड़कर. Other than Priyojit and Tushar, who will say? Which of the following statement does not explain the distinction between financial statement and management accounts? Basically, financial accounting and management accounting, which is not the difference. You don't think ABCD read करके मैं D आंसर बोलूंगा. आप चालू हो जाइए, अनम्यूट करिए, A पढ़िए, बोलिए सही है कि नहीं है, B वैसे बोलिए ना, वैसे सोचिए. If you start saying in the chat box that sir D is correct, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. Because maybe by fluke you are correct. फिर आप बाद में एक महीने बाद बोलेंगे सर ये सब क्वेश्चन आता नहीं है. तो अभी पढ़ रहे हैं ना, मन से पढ़िए, दिल से. शॉर्टकट नहीं मारिए जिंदगी में. Because there will not be any success by shortcut. शाहरुख खान का दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगी, दो मूवी देखे होंगे. छोटा रास्ता लंबा रास्ता. लंबा रास्ता ही सक्सेस का रास्ता है. छोटा रास्ता इज ऑलवेज बैड. So other than Tushar, other than Priyojit, anybody will unmute and say? Ashish ji, Anam, Afreen, Columbus, Niseeth, Silpi, anybody? कोई भी बोलेगा? एक एक करके. पॉइंट नंबर ए सर रॉन्ग है, राइट है, ये है. पॉइंट नंबर बी ये है, ऐसे. लाइक दैट. आई एम नॉट कंसर्न व्हाट इज द आंसर.
Point number A is wrong.
Why wrong, sir?
Oh, I mean, it's right.
Right in the, 1 second. We are not saying that relating to point number 7, which is the answer. We are saying that point number A statement is actually the difference between financial accounting and management accounting or not.
Yes, sir, it is.
It is the difference because financial accounting for external purpose, management accounting internal. Now, as far as answer is concerned, this is not the answer because they are saying which is not the difference. This is the difference. Then point number B, say.
Statements are produced annually and management accounts are produced. So this is also correct.
This is also the difference because
Difference.
this is external, this is internal. This is usually annually, this is monthly. This is the difference. They are saying which is not the difference. So this is not the answer. Then point number C.
Statements are more accurate in management accountants. So this statement may be wrong.
Because who said that ki management accountings are wrong? Management accounting details are more detailed, more rigorous. But that doesn't mean that financial statements, since laws are there, regulations are there, it is correct management. Because if wrong, nobody can take any benefit of that information. And you can go in D, then you will be more sure. Financial statements are audited by an external auditor. And management accounts internally. कोई audit नहीं होता उसका. लेकिन financial statement audit नहीं होएगा तो उसका कोई use नहीं है. So D is a difference, B is a difference, C is a difference, but C is not the difference. That doesn't mean that कि management accounting गलत होता है. ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है. Financial accounting, more laws, more regulations are there. For management accounting, there is no law or regulation, but that doesn't mean that management accounting is wrong and financial accounting is correct. ऐसा तो नहीं है यार, ठीक है ना? What we have discussed here, नेक्स्ट क्लास से जो क्लास में रहेगा उसको सब आंसर बोलना पड़ेगा, जिसको जिसको मैं पूछूंगा, बिकॉज अभी मैं फर्स्ट क्लास ले रहा हूं, आपको क्लास में पढ़ के बैठना होगा. यू आर बाउंड टू स्टडी, देन ज्वाइन द क्लास. और अगर आपको नौटंकी करना है और 2-3 महीना बाद बैच खत्म होने के बाद डाउट आ रहा है, ये सब करते रहिए, कोई बात नहीं. When the live classes are going on, you need to give me time. You need to regularly study, as I said in the previous class. 8 number is different question, 9 number. 8 number आप देखेंगे भी तो IFRS and advisory council we have not studied. We will study. So skipped. 9 number. 9 to 11. Which of the following statement best defines a liability? A liability is an obligation arising from past transactions or event. A liability is a legally binding amount owed to a third party. A liability is a present obligation of the entity to transfer an economic resource as a result of past event. A liability is anything which results in an outflow of economic benefits from an entity. Suppose if you go in the definition of liability, अगर हम लोग liability का definition में जाते हैं, elements, under elements liability, a present obligation of the entity to transfer economic resource as a result of past events. A present obligation आज पे करना है, because पे करना है मतलब पैसे देने हैं, assets देना है, economic resource देना है, because of a past event. A liability is an obligation arising from past. It is normally, if you are writing some theory, this is correct. But here when they are going with the definition, then the liability is an obligation arising from past transaction. क्या missing है? What is missing? Involves transfer of economic resources. This is missing. A liability is legally binding amount owed to the third party. Accounts is not prepared on legality or illegality. Legality जरूरी नहीं है accounts में. This is a wrong sentence. A liability is a present obligation of an entity to transfer an economic resource as a result of past event. फिर से definition में दूंगा. I purchased this computer say 10 days back. So presently there is an amount payable to the supplier. A liability is a present obligation. I have the obligation to pay the amount. Whether I will pay cash, whether I will give another assets, economic resources I will be giving. Because of already something happened in the past. It has happened that I have purchased this computer on credit. So it is a liability, a present obligation against which we need to give economic resources because of the result of past event. The asset definition just inverse. A present economic resource controlled by the entity as a result of past event. So C is the answer. A liability is anything which results in outflow. Anything not. It is a present obligation, not anything. So this is very much based on definition. Are the following statement true or false? Now, this I am not, even though it is written that the question number 9 to 11, but this falls in the next topic, where we will study which one is relevant and all that. So I am skipping this. Which of the following statement best defines an expense? Now without seeing, expense means decrease in assets or increase in liability. Expense means decrease in assets or increase in liability. An expense is an outflow of economic benefits in an account. That is a definition of liability, not fully, partially. An expense is an outflow of economic benefits. An expense is an outflow of, abhi tak nahi aaya. An expense is decrease in assets, increase in liability. That results in decrease in equity, other than those relating to distribution to the owners. An expense, decrease in assets, increase in liability, that results in decrease in equity, because shareholders' capital will go down, other than those relating to distribution to the shareholders directly, dividend and all that. Dividend वगैरह expense नहीं है, that is appropriation of profit. But an expense, decrease in assets, depreciation, increase in liability, any salary, anything, results in a decrease in equity. Assets minus liability, liability goes up, assets gone down, equity gone down, other than decrease in equity because of payment to shareholders. That is not expense. That is not recorded in PL account. So an expense is a decrease in asset or increase in liability that result in decrease in equity other than relating to distribution to holders of the equity. Which of the following is true in relation to partnership? A partnership is a separate legal entity. Is this correct? Point number A. A partnership is a separate legal entity. Is this correct? In case of sole proprietorship partnership, the business is not separate legal entity. In the books of accounts, the business and businessman partners are separate, but legally it is not different. Legally, sole proprietor and business are same, partners and partnership business are same. So that is wrong. A partnership is a separate legal entity. No, a company is a separate legal entity. A partnership is jointly owned and managed by partners. Okay? A partnership can raise capital by issuing shares to members of the public. No, company can do this. A partnership is able to own property and other assets in its own name. Yes. Is this correct? No. A company is able to own property and assets in its own name, because for a partnership there is no separate legal entity. So this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Left with what? A partnership is jointly owned and managed by partners. Why this one is wrong? Because in case of sole proprietorship, in case of partnership, the business don't have any legal existence. आप अगर पार्टनरशिप बिजनेस कर रहे हो, आप एसेट्स खरीदोगे, तो आपको एसेट्स पार्टनर्स के नाम में खरीदना होगा. You need to purchase assets in the name of partner, not partnership business. If you purchase sole proprietorship business में assets, you need to purchase assets in the name of sole proprietor, because the sole proprietorship business don't have any legal existence. But in case of company, if you purchase assets, you can purchase in the name of company. When the legal existence is there, then the assets can be purchased, liability can be incurred in the name of the company. But when the legal existence is not there, they are in the name of the businessman, sole proprietor or partners. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, only this is correct. Second number. Getting everybody? Which of the following statement is true in relation to sole trader? A sole trader cannot have any employees. Why? If I am doing business in the name of Prakash Saraf, employee appoint करना मना है क्या? Wrong है. A sole trader can have employee. A sole trader is able to introduce or withdraw capital from the business at any time. Yes. मेरा business है, मैं जब निकालूं भाई, sole trader है. A sole trader has limited liability for the debts of the business, unlimited. A sole trader is personally liable for all the liability of the business. A sole trader can operate a business from only one location. Why? क्या sole trader का branch होना मना है? No. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is correct. A sole trader can have employees. A sole trader liability unlimited. A sole trader can have business locations many places. A sole trader is able to withdraw or introduce capital anytime. Yes. In a company, is this allowed? No. In a company, the drawings are not allowed. In a company, dividend will be distributed by the company after getting approval from shareholders. For that, shareholder meeting need to be called. For that, there is a clear days notice, 21 days and all that. हर समय नहीं हो सकता. But पार्टनरशिप में और इंडिविजुअल में कभी भी हो सकता है. जब चाहिए पैसा निकालो डालो. आपका बिजनेस है, जो करना है करो, कोई बात नहीं है. कुछ भी गड़बड़ होगा घर से सब देना होगा. But in a company, the shareholders are not personally liable. For that reason, they can't do any time whenever they like. In my company, Prakash Saraf, Vidisha Saraf, private company, even I cannot take out money from the company whenever I like, not allowed. But if it is a proprietorship business, partnership business, I can do any time, whatever I want to do. Which of the following statement is true in relation to limited liability company? A limited liability company can incur liabilities in its own name. Yes. A limited liability company cannot acquire assets in its own name. They can. Wrong. A limited liability company cannot incur liabilities in its own name. When A is correct, C is wrong. A limited liability company can be formed on an informal basis by simply agreement. No. It has to be formed by company law, registrar of companies. वो नॉर्मल, इनफॉर्मल नहीं होएगा, सब फॉर्मल होना पड़ेगा. So D is wrong, C is wrong, B is wrong, only A is correct. These types of questions can come in BT also, because ये वहां भी है. Which of the following items could be used to encourage executive directors to operate in the best interest of the company? This we have not studied, because this is corporate governance. Corporate governance and IASB and all that regulatory thing we have not studied. 16 to 19. 16. This we will be able to do. Which of the following statement relating to partnership of 20 persons and a limited liability company with 20 shareholders, each with a 5% shareholding? In a partnership, 20 partners. So everybody has 5% share. And in a company, 20 shareholders. Everybody has 5% shares. तो बोलता which of the following statement relating to both of them is true? Both partnership and limited liability companies are liable to own assets in their own name. Partnership not, company can. Wrong. The members of a limited liability company have the right to participate in the management of that company. The members of limited liability company have the right to participate in the management of the company. Whereas partners do not have the right to participate in the management of their partnership. No. आधा wrong हो गया second part. The partners have the right to participate in the management of partnership, whereas members of the limited liability company do not have the right to participate in the management of the company. Yes, because members will appoint directors. Directors will be managing the company. C is correct. Partnership are subject to same regulations regarding introduction and no. As company alag hai, C is the answer. What is the wrong in C? Members of a limited liability company do not have right to participate, but they can appoint directors out of 20 members, 2 or 3 persons, those who will be managing the company. And in case of partnership, all partners will be managing the partnership. So C is correct. Anybody has any question for the time being? Anything to ask? For the time being.
Number 16 question.
I am saying that suppose in Reliance, there are millions of shareholders. Now everybody is not managing the company. In the company there are 10, 12 directors. They are managing. So in a company if 20 shareholders will not manage the company. Those 20 shareholders will appoint some directors, 2, 3, 5 persons. And out of those 20, those who are the directors, they will be managing the company. So members of a limited liability company do not have the right to participate in the management. In Reliance, I am the shareholder. मेरे पास शेयर है, तो मैं क्या कंपनी को मैनेज थोड़ी ना कर रहा हूं. I am not managing. I am managing my company, my business. In my company, how I am managing? Me and my wife is the shareholder. Me and my wife is the director. We have appointed ourselves as a director of the company. So we are the members, we are the directors. Private company में ऐसा होता है. लेकिन public company जो बड़ा company है, shareholders are many. They appoint some of the directors who will manage the company. Which of the following is the most obvious means of achieving public oversight of corporate governance? Now, do anybody know public oversight? Public oversight means, understand, suppose my company, Saraf Academy, or Reliance Industry, or any company, are they concerned with the public interest? मतलब गांधी जी का मंदिर बनना, बुरा नहीं बोलना, बुरा नहीं सुनना है, no? Because a company is represented by their members and directors. So if the directors are not following the policy which is for the benefit of the general public, they are not protecting the environment, they are not thinking about the society, then in that case company cannot function properly. The people will not be interested in engaging with the company. So corporate governance mein public oversight is given huge importance. Even this also we should ignore, because when I will be teaching directors corporate governance, but then when I started saying let's finish. Which of the following, we have not discussed this in the class. Which of the following is most obvious means of achieving public oversight and corporate governance? Public oversight means a company is responsible for general public, for environment protection, for pollution control and all that. केवल ये नहीं कि shareholder का फायदा, shareholder का return and all that. They need to think about public. This is possible through better corporate governance. The company establishes a comprehensive website publication of annual report, press announcement of significant development, shareholder access to the annual. क्या बोला? Which of the following is most obvious means of achieving public oversight of corporate governance? The company is establishing a comprehensive website, publication of annual reports and accounts, press announcements of all significant developments, shareholder access to the annual general meeting. I don't know. I am liking C, but I am not sure. Because along with C, I am liking B also. How can we say that a company is concerned with the public? What the company should be doing as a corporate governance, that they are fulfilling their public responsibility. मेरे ख्याल से पब्लिक ओवरसाइट, पब्लिक को देखने के लिए एनुअल रिपोर्ट्स मिलता है और पब्लिक के पास प्रेस अनाउंसमेंट्स आता है, दोनों ही आता है. But a publication of annual reports and accounts is more important than significant, but this is written significant. Don't know. The first question and the 17th question, I need to see the answer. Because first question, even though I said C or D, whatever, here also I am in confusion B and D. कुछ भी हो सकता है. Shareholder access to general, the company establishes comprehensive. That doesn't mean that they are meeting their public oversight. By presenting their annual financial statement, announcing all the significant development they are maintaining. If I am writing general theory, I will write both the things for public oversight. But technically speaking, which one is more correct, that I need to check. Which of the following items should not be included in sole trader's capital? Which is not in, this is very simple. Equity share capital in a company. Revaluation, drawings, capital are there in a sole trader company both. But equity share capital is only in a company. Which of the following pairs of items would you expect to see in the financial statements of a partnership? Dividends paid, no, in a company. Capital accounts and profit appropriation, yes. Profit appropriation accounts and dividend, no. Share premium, no. So capital accounts and profit appropriation. Partnership में capital और profit बाटा बूटी होएगा, डिविडेंड्स नहीं होएगा, शेयर प्रीमियम नहीं होएगा, डिविडेंड नहीं होएगा. ए नंबर, सी नंबर, डी नंबर इन कंपनी, बट इन पार्टनरशिप, इन स्टैम, सोल प्रोपराइटरशिप, प्रॉफिट, एप्रोप्रिएशन ऑफ प्रॉफिट विल बी देयर. Which body is responsible for issue of international? That we have not studied. You can see that from here, once you start from 22 number, 22, 23, and then this qualitative characteristics we have done. Which of the following statement best defines an asset? An asset is a resource owned by the entity. An asset is a present economic resource controlled by the entity. That is the definition. Again, definition question. Which of the following statement best defines equity or capital? Equity or capital is represented by net assets. Looking good. Is equivalent to the value of business. Equivalent to the value of business. Equivalent to the total. Answer is because equity. If we go into the definition of equity, it is said as net assets. Equity. A special kind of liability due to the owner's residual interest in the assets, net assets. I have written net assets, after deducting liability. So equity, which of the following is best definition of equity? Equity or capital is represented by net assets. Total assets minus liability will be the equity. Total assets are not. Assets minus liability. Residual interest in the company, net assets. This 24 number to 30 number, you all need to do. Other than that, whatever we have done, that also you need to do. Because out of 23, some of the questions which we have not studied, that's other thing. That and 24 to 30 number. If you want, you can try other questions from BPP exam kit also. If you say, sir, where in the Google Drive it is there, this is BPP kit, already there. I am just opening from here because I have downloaded. So BPP exam kit, 1 second. BPP exam kit. BPP exam kit. This one. BPP exam kit. In this. You can try question context and purpose of financial reporting, 14 questions. Qualitative characteristics, 13 questions. 14 and 13, 27 questions. 1.1 to 1.14 and 2 point. If here 1.1 to 1.14 any question comes regulatory, IFRS body and all that we have not discussed, you skip them. But otherwise 14 and 13, 27 question you can do from here also. If you want to do questions from a study text, where the chapter is explained and then it is talking about introduction to financial reporting, regulatory framework, not this one. This will be coming around 25 number page. This is introduction to accounting. When they are explaining the chapter, in between the questions are there. So those questions you can try. And suppose you want more questions, then to, as I said, if you buy separate resources of Kaplan, then only those extra questions you will be getting. And they will be go on giving you. It's not that on one day. It will be regular process. For 12 to 18 months, they will continuously go on giving you extra resources, whatever they will develop. That is not a compulsion, because मेरे को लगता है इतना क्वेश्चन काफी है, बट कोई के लगेगा मेरे को और क्वेश्चंस करना और चाहिए, then in that case you should be purchasing Kaplan, because around 30 questions in BPP, around 30 questions in Kaplan, 60, around 10-15 questions in study text relating to one single chapter, which is theory, 70-75 questions are there. उसके बाद भी और चाहिए तो then in that case that is the only option. That way. But as I said in the last class, just final before leaving, I am again reminding what is the study pattern, how to study. Attend the live class, after the class do recordings. Don't think that you have understand everything in the class, you do recording karna hai. Increase the speed. If suppose you have understood very well, take the speed 1.25 or so 2.5 hour class, complete in 2 hours. After recording, do this. You have done live class, you have done recording. Do the same question which we have done in the class. Then do the other question from BPP or study text, whatever. Then make your notes about the chapter, whatever you have understood. Copy paste some difficult question. Wherever you have doubt, send the question in Word file, the question, institute answer, your query. Whether you are there in the class, I will deal that. But don't say in the class, sir, go in this book, page number 20, this, that. It will be wasting time. So what I said in the first class, accordingly proceed. And every time, every topic, do that only. आपको बाद में कोई doubt ही नहीं बचेगा. During the time of exam, you will not have any doubt left. Because you are completing in a chapter everything. तो आपके पास बचेगा क्या? बट अगर आप अभी आनाकानी करोगे, पढ़ोगे नहीं ठीक से, और सब कुछ बाद में ही करना है, तो बात अलग है भाई. That's your call. But try to study 100%. Don't go for selective study and all that. Because we are studying not for exam. Exam तो पास होना ही है. But then practically, if जितना भी अच्छा से पढ़ेंगे, in the next level, you will be able to feel comfortable. आपका growth होगा. And at the same time, you will be feeling confident of giving the exam, solving the questions and all that. Okay? So meeting on Tuesday with new topic, with some doubts and all that, with some test and all that, maybe 2-3 questions I will bring extra, you all will answer, and then we will proceed to the next topic. Okay? Thank you to all of you. Take care. Study hard. Tada. Bye-bye. Okay?